Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The C-Main, the first of our three finals tonight, out on the Carnarvon Speedway. The Independent Fuel Solutions Carnarvon Speedway, and our major sponsor for this weekend's WA Street Stock title, Horizon Power, and supporting sponsors the Carnarvon Motor Group and the wonderful Carnarvon Motel. Pace heads away. The street stocks are going anti-clockwise around the Carnarvon Speedway. Just 10 laps for the C-Main, and just 9 cars to go round. Peter Hunchins scratching for the remainder of the event. The only car we lost from this last round of heats. Peter Hunchins qualifying to the B-Main. Jeremy Ferris was meant to originally start in the pole position in the C-Main, but courtesy of Craig Clayton pulling out of the B-Main and Peter Hunchins, we've put Jeremy Ferris forward, as well as Ben Norman. So Kane Munro, he has to get it done here in the C-Main. We are taking the top two from the C-Main, go to the back of the B-Main, which will be over 20 laps. This race is 10 laps in duration. It's always the amount of cars plus 1 lap. So 10 laps will be the journey for the C-Main to the West Australian Street Stock title. Seven of these drivers, this will be their final race of the weekend. And I'll see Cody Avens from Collie in 31 in the local. Kane Munro on the outside of the front row. Row 2, 318, Freddie Kinsella, and 49, Stephen O'Dowd. Row 3, 47, Jared Rick. Second local in this C-Main, and the 19 of Jamie Tilkerston. Shane Beaumont, 62, 32, Ben Ferris, and car number 23 of Steve Griffiths. Your 9 starters for the C-Main. This one brought to you by the Carnarvon Motor Group. Set for a start as they come through Pitts Corner, going the normal direction around the Carnarvon Speedway, anti-clockwise. And the young gun from Collie, Cody Avens, will start from pole. Carnarvon's Kane Munro, veteran of street stock racing, here in the Gascoigne on the outside of the front row. 9 starters, 10 laps of journey. The C-Main is underway. And Cody Avens to give Kane Munro a whole lot of room going into turns 1 and 2. Munro goes around the outside of Avens on the exit of turn number 2 and hits the lead, does the local. And car number 37, Freddie Kinsella quickly up in the 3rd place, and Stephen O'Dowd trying to work his way forward as Kinsella goes the big outside move. Through turns 3 and 4 for the first time, runs very wide and falls back to about 5th place. So Munro and Avens scoot away from the rest of the field. Stephen O'Dowd is now 3rd, Freddie Kinsella back into 4th around the outside of Jamie Tilkerston as Ben Ferris moves into 6th from Jared Rick, Shane Beaumont and Stephen Griffiths. Through Pitts Corner for the 2nd time, and the local, who seems to have got the Falcon humming in the C-Main, Kane Munro, he leads by 0.7 of a second from the 31 of Cody Avens. With 8 laps remaining in the C-Main, Stephen O'Dowd from Karratha is 3rd, from Freddie Kinsella, the Flying Plumbers 4th. Jamie Tilkerston is 5th as Shane Beaumont retires from the race in car number 62, so 8 cars remain in the C-Main. It's Kane Munro from Carnarvon who leads. Cody Avens, Stephen O'Dowd, Freddie Kinsella, Jamie Tilkerston is 5th. From Jared Rick in 47, Jared Rick trying to work his way forward. Ahead of the 32 of Ben Ferris and 23, Stephen Griffiths, as Jared Rick takes the Falcon to the outside of Jamie Tilkerston. Tilkerston fighting back on the low line with 6 laps remaining this time around. It's Munro, Avens, O'Dowd, Kinsella. Pretty pedestrian affair so far, not a whole lot happening. They're spread out around the Carnarvon Speedway like Brown's cows, and Kane Munro leads by nearly 1.5 seconds from Cody Avens from Collie. They are safe in the transfer positions. I don't think Stephen O'Dowd can wheel in Cody Avens, as one of them looks like Jamie Tilkerston has a flat right rear tyre in car number 19. Potentially, I thought I heard a pop. But actually, no, he doesn't have a flat tyre. The car continues. He's battling with Jared Rick for 5th. Rick on the outside from Ben Ferris and Steve Griffiths. The 8 cars remaining in the C-Main with Shane Beaumont on the infield. 4 laps to run, so 6 down and 4 to run for Carnarvon's Kane Munro, who could potentially win a race in this weekend's WA Street Stock title. Not the one he wants to win, the C-Main, but it keeps his quest alive. He leads by nearly 2 seconds from the 31 car for Thompson Auto Parts, Cody Avens. Stephen O'Dowd is 3rd. From Freddie Kinsella is O'Dowd now. Runs wide, falls into the clutches of the 318 of Freddie Kinsella. Jared Rick is now 5th. From Jamie Tilkerston, Ben Ferris and Steve Griffiths. Kane Munro leads. There'll be 2 remaining this time around for car number 37, the local, who's trying to keep his title chances alive. The 4th Falcon comes out of turn 4 with 2 laps remaining of the Carnarvon Speedway. It's Munro from Avens, as O'Dowd and Freddie Kinsella continue their battle for 3rd and 4th. O'Dowd and the Commodore Kinsella in the Falcon. Long way back to Jared Rick, who's fifth from Jamie Tilgerson, Ben Ferris, and Steve Griffiths. Won't flag out this time around as they go anti-clockwise around the Carnarvon Speedway. It's Kane Munro by 2.1 seconds from Cody Avens. Stephen O'Dowd just holding off Freddie Kinsella, but I don't think they're going to get into the transfer spots. Jared Rick, a lonely race now back in fifth, but through pits quarter for the last time. Kane Munro will move forward in the West Australian Street Stock title. We'll go into the B main by winning the C main. Cody Avens transfers through as well. Race to the line for third and fourth. Stephen O'Dowd will hold off Freddie Kinsella. Kinsella will be fourth. Jared Rick will be fifth as Jamie Tilgerson spins on the last corner. Ben Ferris will now come home in sixth, and Stephen Griffiths will come through to be seventh. Jamie Tilgerson won't greet the checker flag. Not that it really matters, as he won't transfer forward, but how about that, Carnarvon? Kane Munro's had a pretty disappointing weekend thus far. The four qualifying heats did not go his way at all, but started from the outside of the front row in the C main and goes forward into the back of the beat with a nice win. Cody Avens in Canada 31, just his third senior state title, goes into the back of the B main as well, the young driver out of Collie. And for Stephen O'Dowd, Freddie Kinsella, Jared Rick, Ben Ferris, Stephen Griffiths, Jamie Tilgerson, their titles are over, as well as Shane Beaumont, who retired on lap number 2. He went green to checker without a stoppage. The fastest time in the race actually belonged to Stephen O'Dowd, a 20.452, and the winning margin for Kane Munro, 2.21 seconds over Cody Avens. The all-up time was 3 minutes 28.075, and Lisa